Welcome to the Motorhome Matt podcast. Caravans, campervans, motorhomes and more. It's the place to get hints, tips and impartial advice from the expert himself, Matt Sims. Brought to you by thatleisureshop.com. Join us on the journey with Motorhome Matt.
So I'm here with two lovely people from Life Beyond Bricks, the YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook and website. Tash and Jon. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
We're at the NEC show and you've been wandering around talking to lots of people and have been working with us on the advice stand as well. It's great to see you. So how has it been over the last couple of years?
It's been a whirlwind.
It's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy. But it's still been fun. We still wouldn't change the journey in the van. It's just made it slightly more interesting.
So you guys gave up work to go and travel in a motorhome and you started a YouTube channel and have become faces of our wonderful industry as a result. So tell us, what happened? What were you doing before, Tash?
Before we sold up to go travelling, we were both actually working in the motor industry, in the service department, and we had a house and a 9-to-5, etc. Unfortunately, we had a bereavement in the family, and we've been motorhoming for years before this. And then we said, we'd love to go long-term travelling. But there was no way that we could transfer our jobs to work remotely, obviously. And then it was at your mum's funeral where we had the idea to say, right, we're going for it. We'll sell the house, we'll quit our jobs, we'll worry about that later. We'll go travelling for 12 months. And then 11 months after that, in March 2019, that's exactly what happened. The house had sold and we went off in the motorhome.
Amazing. So you were in on this decision as well, Jon, were you?
I think I probably wanted to do it more than you initially. I say we've been motorhoming for years. Probably got into motorhoming through motorsport. We quite like going to motorsport events. I used to race go-karts as well. So motorhome is a good way to help you do that. We got into that and then doing it for 2 days at the weekends, not really long enough. So we just wanted to continue on with that, really.
Did you kind of like win the lottery to afford to do it? How did you fund it?
We sold our house. We were in a fortunate position where we had positive equity on the house. So once we'd obviously worked it out, and obviously we had the bereavement, unfortunately, as well. So that obviously aided that a tiny bit as well. But yeah, we basically sold the house. We put one portion of the profits aside, and then we used the other portion to go travelling.
Wow, hence the name Life Beyond Bricks.
Absolutely.
That's a really brave move. You were kind of fully committed. Can I ask, because lots of people, have your dream and it stays a dream. They never do it. Is it expensive?
It is actually more expensive than you'd think with a motorhome, because there's all sorts of things with a motorhome, like the servicing costs and other bits and bobs like that with a motorhome. It does cost a little bit sort of more than you'd think, but obviously it's a lot less than a house.
Can you share sort of some ideas of cost?
It's probably about 50% less than a house.
Right, okay.
Half price.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more.
So where did you go, Tash? Tell us, where was your first trip? Do you remember?
I do remember. So actually, slightly anticlimactically, our first 4 weeks were actually spent on a campsite near where we used to live, because obviously we were moving out of the house. We had a lot more stuff still, even after selling, donating and, sort of giving away most of our possessions and most of our things. We still had a lot more. Once we moved into the van, we were like, we've actually still got a lot more than we thought. And the van that we were due to go away in had a technical problem, didn't it? So actually we spent the first 4 weeks on a campsite near home, but that was actually what ignited our love of travelling the UK, is because there's so much on your doorstep that you don't realise. We lived, down in Hampshire. We lived there, obviously, we're in our 30s, so we'd lived there all our lives, and we were actually visiting places that we'd never even seen before, which was crazy. And so that is how we continued our travels, is by not really planning it and just going and finding things, and it was incredible, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Where have your travels taken you?
So far, we chose to travel the UK in 2019. We haven't made it to Europe yet because of obvious reasons.
Yeah. The dreaded C word.
I was just going to say, so we are due to go end of this year. We've rebooked it 3 times.
Right.
But no, to be fair, all around the UK, we spent 3 months just sort of mooching around Wales, didn't we? We just going wherever the road took us, really.
Are you staying on campsites, or are you just braving it and parking in car? But what are you doing?
Actually, a mixture of all of those things. So we do campsites, we do CLs and CSs, which are obviously the club's 5-van, the independent 5-van sites. We do car parks, ones that allow you to sort of park through the night and things. We do pub stops, Brit stops, farm stops, anywhere really. We like to mix it up because going back to the cost, that is what can make it as expensive or as cheap as you like. We're very big on supporting businesses, so supporting local businesses is our favourite thing. We go to a new area, we like to go into the town, into the village, see what's about, eat local, go to the local pubs. They always give you the best tips as well on where to go. There's no better tour guide than the locals, and obviously that's why we do the sort of park ups, the free car parks and things, is because that money can then be spent supporting those local businesses and supporting that eco-structure.
Having a pint in the pub.
There is that as well.
So who plans the trips on where you're going to go? Who plans the next destination?
I think it's generally Tash. I think she generally plans. She's the planner.
Okay.
I'm just the one who just sits behind the steering wheel and gets us there. A lot of the time we don't plan. We just wing it a lot of the time. So
obviously we're on Instagram and we're very active on Instagram, but that's because it's been a fantastic way to network, to look for inspiration, to look for places to go. So normally I'll say to John, I've seen this fantastic place on Instagram, let's go there. But that's about as far as the planning goes. Normally what we like to do is we like to do the brown sign hunting. So we'll be driving along and we'll see a brown tourist sign and we'll say, oh, what's that? So we pull in, and the best one of those that we never expected to find was I'm going to probably butcher the pronunciation of this, but the Dalacuthi mines in Wales. Oh, yeah. And then we ended up going on this crazy mining thing where we got all hats and everything. We went down in the mines, and we didn't even know it was there. We just drove past, saw the sign, went in. That's my favourite part. You just don't know. So
for people who've never done it before, they often say, well, certainly for our motorhome hire customers within our hire business, they say, well, where do we go? How do we know where to book? You're just literally taking inspiration from Instagram.
Yes, absolutely, yeah, from Instagram, and then you go to a campsite and you end up chatting to your neighbours, and then they'll say, oh, we've just been here. So it's, like I say, Instagram and word of mouth is 9 times out of 10 how we find our inspiration. The other one is that we're very big into history, or I'm very big into history. So this was another reason the UK was very exciting for me to travel, because we have National Trust memberships, English Heritage memberships, and that obviously, that pays for itself 10 times over throughout the year, because we can go on days out and it doesn't cost us any extra. And then again, we kind of go from place to place, looking at houses, castles, spots of interest. And again, that's all through kind of word of mouth. Have you been here? No, I haven't seen that. Where is it? It's just down the road. Oh, fantastic, we'll go there tomorrow. And that's why we love this community.
How do you know where to stay? Do you use apps, or you say you're a member of the clubs? Are there favourite apps that you use to find places to stay?
We're members of Caravan Club and the Camping and Caravan Club, so we use their apps quite a bit.
We've got a Brit Stops book, so again, you can look up the area you're in, look around, see what's there, ring them up. Yep, have you got space? Yep, fantastic, we'll go there, stay for the night. There's search for sites, we use that quite a lot. And sometimes if we're planning, if we sort of know we want to go somewhere, we'll use Google Maps as well, just to scope out an area, see what the parking situation's like, see how big the car parks are, and then from there we can plan whether we're going to drive in, cycle in, get public transport in. We do a mixture of all those things.
What motorhome are you doing this in?
So we have an Adria Sonic, which is, for anyone that doesn't know, it's an A-class motorhome, and the reason we chose that is because we actually travel full-time with our 3 cats that came with us.
3 cats?
3 cats, yes, absolutely, and they love the dashboard, so we've got blankets on the dashboard, and that's their favourite people watching and sunbathing spot. Whilst we're off exploring, they're quite happy doing that.
I saw the blankets on the dashboard last night, and these guys are obviously very, very busy because the motorhome is filthy, and John obviously has no time to wash it. John, come on.
It is very, very dirty at the moment. We are through the winter and they are salting the roads. And yeah, it's just difficult to get the time round to clean it. It's more important to enjoy the time you spend in your motorhome rather than cleaning it. So
it does amaze me. On a campsite, I'll see somebody out there washing the motorhome. They've got up and that's the first thing they're doing. I think, you're on holiday. Why are you doing that? But it's just what they want to do. So how much longer are you planning this adventure for?
for as long as we can keep doing it. The idea was we were going to take a year out, which is why we quit our jobs and sold our house. It wasn't just a random, that's why we did that, because then we had no ties. We could do 12 months of full-time travel, and then we thought we'd buy another house, elsewhere, not on the south coast because it was getting a bit too busy for us, somewhere maybe further up north. But it got to the end of the year, and we decided that we love it too much. We are not interested in another property, and we just want to keep doing this for as long as we can.
You've rather cleverly started to make money from it, haven't you? Which is, I really admire. And obviously you're getting some income from YouTube because the channel's got really quite big, but you're developing other streams of income. And I ask because this might inspire others to do the same. Are you happy to share how you're doing that?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, because that's the one question that, that's why we quit the jobs, because we didn't know how you could make money, and we thought that we'd have to just do that and then figure it out later on. What we do is I've just started my own virtual assistant business, so I can work remotely from the van, which is fantastic. All I need is an internet connection, which is great. And as you said, obviously YouTube, does provide you with some income, but we prefer to have other sort of more fixed streams of income.
Yeah, I work for a small independent motorhome retailer, so I work on the technical side, so I'm a technician essentially. We're more based in a certain place for that, but then we do then go away and travel at the weekends, and I'm self-employed, so it is flexible where I can go off for a period of time, which means we can go off and travel. And in the future, looking into the future, then I may be doing my AWS and NCC courses, and then I can take the motorhome habitation checks then out onto the road. That's a long-term plan, but yeah, that's probably what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Amazing, which would be very handy when you're living in a motorhome.
Yep, exactly.
But you're also getting some sponsorship, aren't you, from manufacturers, and you're doing some product testing, and you're using the YouTube channel for all of that.
Yes, absolutely, which is obviously really handy. It's sometimes it's not always about the monetary value. Obviously, getting to test products that are going to be relevant to our life is really handy for us, because then we get those products as well. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Our first year of touring was actually in a loan vehicle from Heimer. They loan it out to you for 12 months. You've got to fund it, but they give you the van. And
how did you get a motorhome for free for 12 months? How did you do that?
I'm just that charming. No.
You talked them down, didn't you? That's what happened.
No, what it is they obviously before the C word, they used to they run a scheme where basically, was it 12 brands under their umbrella?
Yeah, Heimer.
Yeah, under Heimer's umbrella. They actually have a demo model, a brand new model, and they loan it out to people for a year. And you go travelling in it, and basically you blog about it on Facebook, and then obviously for them it's fantastic advertising, showing that anyone can go off travelling, and basically showing where you can take the motorhome, what you can do in it. I mean, most of the other bloggers went to Europe, but I think we were the only ones that did the UK. But we had a whale of a time taking it all down in Wales, and we had an A class, didn't we? Actually, ironically, it just worked out that we had a DEFLES Pulse, a brand new Pulse, a new model that year, I think it was actually. And we used to take it in all the places that people traditionally would be like, oh no, you can't take that. And John's like, no, I can do that. Down all these little country roads in Wales, little places. And we just had the best 12 months. It was amazing.
You guys are fantastic. You're a massive inspiration to me, and I'm dreading my other half listening to this, because she'll be on touch with Heimer trying to get a blagger motorhome like you did, or even taking our own. So where can people follow you? Where can they find you?
So you can find us, we are most active on Instagram. Our handle is literally life_beyond_bricks. Obviously we have the YouTube channel that you mentioned, so if you just search for Life Beyond Bricks, our logo is the red and blue triangles, obviously with our name underneath, so you'll know it's us. We do also have a blog, a website, which is lifebeyondbricks.co.uk, and we are on Facebook as well, and I think that's enough of us everywhere on the internet for you to find.
You are everywhere, and it is brilliant. It's really entertaining. And it's great seeing the cats in the videos as well. Yeah. Guys, all the best to you. Happy travels, travel safe, and have a great time. We'll follow you with great interest.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
For a different type of holiday, why not try a motorhome?
At the Motorhome Holiday Company, we have a range of luxury motorhomes available to hire for weekends or longer breaks. Experience the freedom and excitement of the open road with all the comfort of home while you're on the move, whatever the weather or time of year. For details and to check your dates, visit motorhomeholidaycompany.com. The Motorhome Holiday Company. Your adventure starts here.
Thanks for listening to the Motorhome Matt podcast. Remember to check back here for more episodes full of hints and tips and helpful advice. We'll see you soon for another Motorhome Matt podcast brought to you with thatleisureShop.com.